So this podcast is about young girls experiencing high self-esteem and not having it plummet at the age of 14, because I've seen that this is almost an epidemic culture, an epidemic culture, in young girls. And I remember when I saw it happen in my daughter and when I experienced it myself. So why do young girls start to not feel as important, not feel as relevant? First of all, we know that girls are much more sexualized than the female is much more sexualized in our culture and the media. So that's an obvious one, that a young girl will actually rate herself according to appearance. That's no secret. But I think what we don't know is that in the brain, there's emotive centers in the center of the brain, in the female brain, that are not nearly as apparent in the male brain. There's way more emotive centers, and that means that a young girl will feel her meaningfulness according to how others see her. And so let's say she has one friend who really loves her and cares for her. She'll naturally emote more with that good friend and be more of what she is. And more of what she is will come out and be mirrored in that connection and in that dynamic of a relationship. And then if there's somebody in her life that really judges her, let's say it's a teacher, then she might really monitor herself and be cautious around that teacher. And she might not flourish with that teacher, and less aspects of who she is come out. And so she starts to be careful with this person and the teacher, and she starts to be more expressive and dynamic and animated with her friend who she trusts, because she trusts herself in that relationship. So what happens is young girls stop trusting themselves, the uniqueness that they are, and they find their meaning through how people see them. So they have no self-agency. They self-reference how they feel according to how other people see them. But they don't even recognize that this is happening. And it's also applauded. It's considered important to be nice or pretty or smart or popular. All of these things are rated and considered to define who they are. So how are they defining themselves? Is the young woman defining herself according to how she feels with the teacher and with the friend? Or is she, again, self-referencing according to how they see her? So what happens is a young girl's mind doesn't develop in a way that she is operating from how she feels in the world. And that is a huge crippling of self-esteem and of feeling meaningful in the world and of meaningfully expressing who they are, because they're considering how to be who they are with each person. It's an incredible loss. So in the next podcast, I'll deliver how that doesn't happen.